Hello, and welcome back to Oddworld Munch's Oddysee. My name is Q, and we are in the Spruce Shrub Forest, attempting to activate the Zap-Heng. In this beautiful, crazy, mystical world known as Oddworld. And this game has a lot of qualities that I really admire in games, and has a lot of qualities that I think it's an aspect of gaming that I don't think many people take it to this extreme. But when you create a video game,
Listen up.
you make a world that the player can become a part of, and you can make that world anything that you want it to be. And you can tell in this game that it's so odd, and it's just so unique, and it's something that, sure, you'll see, like, games, that aren't, like, it's fine to have a game, like Call of Duty that's, realistic. There's nothing wrong with that. And there are games, like Halo, that aren't necessarily realistic, but have a universe. It creates a universe that you can believe in. Like, you would accept that, Halo could take place in the future, and if there were aliens. Oddworld is so different from a lot of different games, because, as you can tell, it's very unique. I just love it. Zap-Heng. Zap-Henges magnify the power of Mudakin meditation. Activate the spruce lock to open the wells. Then throw Abe's lazy pals into an electrifying religious experience. Alright, so... yes.
I'll be back. Don't you worry.
So this is one of the times where the throwing mechanic can be a little annoying. Well, I guess the throwing mechanic isn't really annoying, but this part is, because you gotta watch the Mudakin. So it just takes a little while, but it's not that bad. And you get some fun camera angles. The sun is very beautiful. And also something that I didn't mention, if you watch the first episode, when Abe walks out of the cave, there's like a really neat lens flare as he leaves the cave. And this game is old. It's over 10 years old. It was released in 2001 on the Xbox. And, I don't... It's just got great graphics, and I really like the, how a lot of the stuff is wooden and very natural. It just gives this whole area a really unique feel, and it helps you picture the Mudakin culture a little too. I mean, look at that. That's cool. Okay, now, after all the zapping is done, I actually, on this level, I don't think there's a reason to have these extra Mudakins with you. I can't remember. But, if this was in later levels, you'll see it's, if you want to have good Kwarma, it's important to find all the Mudakins so that you can rescue them. And here are all our Mudakin friends who activated the Zap-Heng for us. The magic number is 5. Only 5 Mudakins working together have the major mojo to budge this door. Oh, I already opened it. Alright, thank you, Sacred
Okay, listen
Mystic
up.
Stone.
Hey.
So, in this level... Okay, hold on.
Almost
Interruption
there,
again.
Eddie. Now be careful, because Lake security forces have occupied the lands around the big well. Rich mineral deposits, you know. Are you gonna let a murderous slig and a pack of wild sloths stand between you and a big well? Are you? Huh?
So basically, right now there are a few extra Mudokons, which don't really matter. Actually, they might right here. We'll see. But now we find enemies at last. Sligs. Jump them! To order Abe's Mudokan followers to attack, press an LB. Don't worry, if Abe and his pals get ambushed, they'll automatically fight back. So, here we have, if you can see through this before it all gets crazy, there are Sligs. The Slig is that green guy walking right there. And it's kind of hard to see him, but you'll see more later and up close.
Okay, little elbow grease, guys.
Let me see here. The little dogs are called slogs, I think. So Sligs and slogs. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, here we go.
Lead 'em up.
So this little fight scene brings up something very interesting about this game. And that is that Abe can't really attack. I mean, he can. He's got a little slap. But it does not do a lot of damage. And also, he can hit the Mudokons. So it's really hard when the Mudokons are swarming around an enemy to be able to get in there and hit the enemy and not Mudokons.
Hey, Stitch Lips. Now, you gotta get through that slog run. Don't worry about your buddies. I'll help them catch up to you later. Just get to the tunnel that leads to the big well. Got a boogie?
Got a boogie. Info. Let's see. Okay, vendos. That's another really cool aspect of this game. This game is full of vending machines that will give you certain attributes for a limited amount of time. So, found throughout Oddworld, these vending machines dispense consumer products with outrageous side effects. To drink Bounce and get a little extra spring in Abe's step, stand in front of the Bounce Vendo and tap A. So this is just one of the many vending machines. And it is Bounce. And different vending machines throughout the game will last different amounts of times, depending on where they are. Okay, yes, they are slogs. So, and you can tell when it's running out when you see those numbers above your head. It will count down until it runs out and he goes back to normal. Okay, but right away we have another one. Espresso. Slog run. Help Abe get past these hungry slogs and open the entrance to the big well. To leave the slogs in your dust, chug some espresso. Oh my goodness. But, so going back a little, that's one of the things that's unique about this game is that Abe and even Munch most of the time, in and of themselves, are fairly weak. Like, most of the games your main character can do a good amount of damage, and you need to, you can't just sit back and let your teammates fight, or you won't win. And so that's one thing. Did I read this? Okay, yeah, it just says the same thing as the other one. But I think that's something that's really cool about this game, is that most of the time you can't just run in guns a-blazing because your main character isn't that strong. And here, I'll take some damage and show off the bird health. So if I get hit, oh my goodness! No, I can't see! I can't see! Okay, that was an awful time for my screensaver to kick in. But if you could see, when Abe was getting hit, birds were flying away, and now there are fewer birds flying around his head. And so if he gets attacked more, they're even. I guess you can't really tell. He can take a good amount of damage. These guys don't do a lot of damage, but you can tell there are fewer and fewer birds. And if too many get lost, Abe will die. So, the big well. And this brings about... Oh, here we go.
Nice running, Abe. You made it. Now you'll find the big well on the other side of this tunnel. Which reminds me, I wonder how Munch is doing.
Funny he should say that, because in the next episode, we will begin playing as the character this game is named after, Munch. So I hope to see you there, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. And this is Q, signing off.